It's time for Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Kristin and Tina on this dark and stormy morning. We're your hosts. I'm Tina Prigge and this is Kristin Odell. How's it going, Kristin? Right?
We're just backwards. We just haven't practiced in a while. It's okay.
It's a stormy morning and we're all discombobulated.
Yeah, you guys, I had to turn up my desk light, work on lighting because it is very dark right now.
I don't know if you can still hear the rumbling of the thunder. I haven't heard it just recently, but it was on my way into the office. And I kept thinking, you know what? Maybe there's a chance there'll be a rainbow at the end of our show.
Oh, maybe.
But so, saying it's a dark and stormy morning reminds me of the show that I directed with maskers like 20 years ago. It was called It Was a Dark and Stormy Night. We had so much fun with that show. But what was cool about it is it's set in kind of a haunted mansion, and there were all sorts of animal heads and animal pelts as part of the decoration. And then there would be these huge bursts of thunder and lightning as part of the show. And anytime that happened, there were actors backstage that would jiggle all of the heads. So there was a big moose head and there was an animal pelt. It was so fun. So
where was that show held?
That was at the Capitol Civic Center.
Was it really? So that's the big stage. The big stage, and then you had all of those kind of special effects.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then the interludes for the show. Good morning. The interludes during the show, during scene changes, there was a father and a daughter that agreed to wear these glow-in-the-dark skeleton costumes, and they played their violins. So they played this kind of spooky Carmina Burana riff. So in between the scenes, it'd be like, nyeh, 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 nyeh. You know, just see these skeletons sitting. It was awesome.
How many years ago was this?
I had just started dating Jason, so it must have been in 2001.
Maybe you should bring that show back.
I would love to watch even the video, but I think it's on either VHS or Betamax. I don't know how to watch it. Yeah.
That would be like a fun fall Halloween show.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep.
And it was a great cast. Stephen, thank you for letting us know. Is the EAA still going on, and is the storm impacting it in a negative way?
I think doesn't go for 2 weeks.
I don't know. I saw Stephen was posting some awesome shots of airplanes, but I don't have any visibility to when it's happening because I didn't have plans to go.
Well, good morning, everybody who's on with us today. See, it's dark and stormy, and they don't have anything else to do, so they're joining us on the coolest coast.
That's awesome, because it's the coolest coast. Hey, Kristin, you've had a house full of guests. The Ohio Odells dropped in. How did that go?
It was so much fun. We had an amazing weekend. They came in Friday and left on Monday morning, and we tried to get them in and to do as much coolest coast things as we could. Nice. It was really great.
Did you discover anything new about the coolest coast that you'd recommend? Or did anyone have a favorite?
Well, I would say we did something a little bit different that we haven't done before, and that is we went to Bernson's, but we just got hand-scooped ice cream to go.
I didn't know you could do that, actually.
You can do that, and I have done it now another time since we were there this weekend, meaning yesterday. Yes, so there was 23 of us, including our family, so loud and very present wherever we go. And so sitting down with the glass sundae dishes and the little tappers of water probably wasn't going to be a great idea, especially with all the little kids. So they were wondering about ice cream, and we did the Big Cow on Saturday. So on Sunday we hit up Bernson's downtown so they could pick chocolates out and stuff, and the kids all got cones, and I don't remember this, but there's benches outside right on 8th Street, so you can sit on benches. So we sat outside and had ice cream and stuff. It was really great.
I've never noticed that either. I just think these are great changes, right? These are kind of advancements to accommodate probably the number of people that go, right? Because it is such a cool location. When you walk through outdoors, you step back in time and it's just got this like old world charm. And I had no idea that you could just get hand scooped ice cream to go.
Yes. And let me tell you another secret we discovered there, that you can get dipped waffle cones. So the kids, you can get vanilla or chocolate waffle cones, and they will dip them in milk chocolate or white chocolate, and you can get sprinkles on them if you choose.
This is a really important public service announcement here, Kristin.
It is. It's very important. And they probably had maybe 10 to 12 flavors, and then they had 3 special flavors for the month. So, plenty of options to choose from. Here's something else I noticed this weekend that is, again, kind of silly.
Okay.
But so we spent all afternoon at Neshota Beach on Saturday, taking in the sun. We had such a great time. We did Big Cow on the way home and hung out here Saturday. On Sunday, everybody was a little like sunned out. So we did Strand Adventures, which they've never been to a place that like has all of those, the ninja and the laser tag and the climbing and all that stuff. Like we had so much fun playing with the kids. So we decided to walk from Strand Adventures down to Bernstein's to get ice cream. And there's trash cans on every corner in the city now, which I will tell you with children is also extremely convenient.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is, I think if trash cans are available, it's much easier to put things in a trash can, right? Like I feel like there's less opportunity for litter when
Yes.
the receptacle is right there.
Like literally on every corner, at least on that end of the downtown, there was a trash can. I don't remember them always being there, but I was like, this is really convenient.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you were talking about Bjornson's, and I noticed I was driving on Custer Street, and Custer Street, like, where does it start? Is it Custer that goes like behind Pick and Save and then
Yeah, so it
curves
basically
around?
starts at like Walgreens and for the Golden Flame.
Okay, so I was driving west on that street, and then it kind of curves and you get to Fleet Farm. But just
Yep.
before Fleet Farm, there's a building there that now has all kinds of Bjornson's sign on it. So I have no idea what that means, if they're like expanding their candy making operations or something. But I was like, ooh,
Ooh,
some kind of
who has
progress.
the inside scoop for us? How can
I
we
know.
find out what that means?
And Steven said he used to go there with his grandparents and asked if he spelled it right. I think the T and the S might be swapped, but I'm not sure. We know
You're
exactly what
really,
you're talking about. So
you're really close. Is there an I in there?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. Who's watching and can Google it really quick?
yeah, somebody can Google it, or we'll tag them in the comments after the show. How about that?
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so Kristin, you did some amazing things with the Ohio Odells when they were here, but you shared a picture. I'm going to share it with our viewers because you guys, how cool is Kristin and her family? Check this out. This is Kristin's backyard. I love this.
Yeah. So Friday night when they got in, we didn't kind of thought like they've had a really full travel day. They're probably not going to want to go anywhere. So we, grilled out. So they have never had brat patties before. So we grilled out brats and hamburgers and hot dogs. I know brat patty. That's the face they made. Like, what is this? A brat in the patty form? How do you eat it? So grilled out. And then we were trying to think of a movie that was Wisconsin-esque, and there is nothing more Wisconsin than the great outdoors.
Okay, so I recognize John Candy, but
Yep.
and is that Meg Ryan with him?
No, it is not Meg Ryan. I'm trying to think what her name is. I don't have it, but Dan Aykroyd is in this movie, and basically they're from Illinois and they come up to the North Woods for summer vacation. It is a total classic. None of them had seen it, maybe a few, but most of them had not ever seen this. And our kids watch this regularly up north with Cindy and Peanut. And so we were like, this is it. This is the movie we have to watch. We went to the dollar store and got all kinds of movie candy and popped popcorn. And we've had that screen for years. And we're like, that's it. We're going to do it. It was so awesome. And can you just put that picture up one more time?
Yeah.
Besides the movie and just like hanging out with family, look at that sunset we got treated to on Friday night.
The sunset is incredible. And you're right. I was totally focused on the screen and how cool the setup was. I didn't even look off into the distance. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was just like the perfect, like, welcome to Wisconsin. Let's sit on the patio where there's no mosquitoes or gnats and where we can watch a movie and watch the sunset.
How did you manage no mosquitoes?
We don't typically have them at our house
What?
to begin
How?
with. I think we're just close enough to the lake that there's always like a breeze or something. So they're usually very minimal. And then we did have like, I know there's different companies, so I'm not going to say the name of a company, but we did have them come and spray this week for mosquitoes just because we knew we were going to be outside a lot.
Oh,
It's
that's
not
smart.
typically something we have to do, but um, as you guys know, gnats have become like an issue around here. And so we just wanted to be able to really enjoy outside. And so we had them come last week just to make sure. But
And it
really,
worked.
it totally worked. And I would also say, like the girls play ball at the CP complex. There's not typically mosquitoes or gnats or anything there until much later in the evening. And I don't know if it's because of the amount of concrete that's there or, I don't know what it is, but anyway, it was an awesome, very awesome weekend.
And it does seem like there are a lot of gnats this year. I mean, it seems like the world is just filled with a ton of bugs this summer.
Yeah, I mean, if any of my friends are on that have kiddos that like play in branch and white law, baseball or softball, they will tell you it's really yucky out there. So,
Okay, so I have a question. Where is the projection coming from? Is it a rear
uh,
projection? Is it,
no, it's literally the projector I use for my business, like when I do events. And it's just on, you can't see it. It's on like a little table right in front of us there.
I mean,
And
I'm impressed at the picture quality, right? Because it's not pitch dark out or anything, and yet you can clearly see. That's awesome.
yep. Yeah. I mean, I bought that projector years ago for my business because, as you guys know, like I go on the road and do events, and so sometimes you have to have equipment with you, and um, so that's what we use. And then we just have like an old stereo system that we have kept just for that. So we just set that old stereo system up outside when we need it, and
Nice.
it
Morning,
was
Jeff.
it was really
That's so
fun.
cool.
Perfect
That's so
weekend.
Yeah, and it is really like the perfect season to be outside. So we got a tip that the sunflower fields are in bloom at Vanderbroek Arboretum. So we went out there, and it's so beautiful, and
Ooh,
it was really at the start too. So I imagine today, the next few days or so, it will really be in full bloom. And I know that Farm Wisconsin has a sunflower field too, and so I'm suspecting that if Vanderbroek is in bloom, that Farm Wisconsin might be too.
yeah.
So
I just was talking with somebody. They were telling us about. So let's see if I can get my. So sunflowers like come up, and that one was like tilted back, very pretty. If you put that up, yep, they're like still looking up at the sun. And then at some point, kind of when they get done, they kind of like tip over. And I guess birds will come in and kind of hang upside down and take all the seeds out of them. That's what I've heard. So if you have sunflowers close by to where you live, or if you go visit one of these places that have them, you should just kind of sit back and keep an eye out because as they kind of start to wilt over, I think the animals and the birds come in to take advantage of that.
nice. Hey, do you know, or does anyone know, do sunflowers kind of track the sun throughout the day? You know what I mean? So they've got their big open face. Does it kind of shift as the sun passes, or like, is this guy going to stay facing this way the whole day?
That's a really great question, but I want to say, like, I feel like that makes sense. And I personally know that we have flowers around our house that lean one way or another as the day goes on. Yes. Yeah. Oh, fun, Steve. Go
Steve
ahead.
says, we have a few bird feeders in the backyard. A few sunflower seeds decided to drop to the ground, and now we have just a few about to open.
That's
Awesome.
so cool. Yes. Sunflower seeds. I have heard that from multiple people just because sunflower seeds are typically in a bird feeder mixes or they specifically get sunflower seeds, but how fun.
And you guys, if you have not been to Vanderbroek Arboretum, it's right on Highway 42, just past Two Rivers. And it's completely free. And they have these walking trails. And right now there's all these wildflowers that are in bloom. It's just a beautiful place to spend some time.
Yeah, I saw black-eyed Susans in those. Our black-eyed Susans just opened up on the front of our house. They're just so pretty. It's like the iconic, it's getting to be August flower. When
Yeah.
the Black-eyed Susans open up, then I know, like, oh crap, we only have a month to go of summer.
Yeah. And Stephen confirmed that sunflowers do follow the sun. Thank you for that. And then Ginger wants to know, where do you get your hair cut, Kristin?
So Missy, well, she has a new last name, Hansen, cuts my hair. She's amazing. She's not taking clients anymore. I'm so sorry.
Does she have a twin sister? Does she?
Trust me, if I could clone her, I would. But yeah, she does an amazing job. Today, my hair didn't want to go up. It just wanted to like lay down. So you got this version of it. But yeah, thanks.
Well, it looks
Thank you,
cool. I
Ginger.
love it.
Thank you. I mean, it is the coolest coast. So I feel like I have to have cool hair on the coolest coast.
Hey, so tell us about your beach day. Look at how much fun. This is Neshoto Beach, right?
Yeah. So because like Red Arrow is beautiful. There's beaches along Maritime Drive again, which I think is amazing. The water levels have gone down since a couple of years ago. So there's tons of beach along the way. But Neshoto Beach is the king of beaches in our area. And so we, enjoyed that beautiful drive along the lakeshore and treated them to just those views of Lake Michigan, and then spent literally from like noon until I think 4 o'clock at the beach on Saturday. And it was, look at, stunning, packed. The parking lots were packed. We actually dropped our stuff off at lot 3, which is kind of where the concession stand is there, but they had to park down the road a little ways. But we had an amazing time. They were very surprised at how cold Lake Michigan is. It's still pretty chilly.
Interesting.
But it was beautiful. And I think, there's always this idea that, Manitowoc or any of the places along the Great Lakes, like they're there. But I think they're a little bit surprised, like this beach is here. Like you get to live with this every day. Like they wanted to know, how often do you go to the beach? And
the answer is not often enough, right? Like I have not played at the beach all summer. What am I waiting for? I don't know. I love the beach.
Yeah. You haven't been all summer?
I've like walked on the beach, but I literally haven't like put a suit on and dived into the waves, which I love to do.
Yeah, this was so we went again yesterday. I think that was our 4th time this summer. But I would never have enough of it. Yeah. It's relaxing. The kids literally played all afternoon. We packed a lunch on Saturday, and just hung out and had a great time. And I mean, it costs nothing. It's beautiful. The kids love it. Like, why not?
Yeah, and there are amenities right there, right? There's a bathroom, there's a shower, so you can like wash off sand from your feet. There's a concession stand, so if you need a quick snack or beverages or something, it's the whole deal. I think they now sell like sand buckets and beach towels. So
they do have all of that there at Neshoto Beach specifically. But even places like Red Arrow grooms the beach now. It's very nice sand there. There are bathrooms there as well. Like we're really lucky to have that so close. So,
and you mentioned the waysides along Memorial Drive, and happily the beaches are back.
Yes.
And so this is just a quick snap down there. And there's nothing like just listening to the sounds of waves, looking off, you see nothing in the distance, the horizon just goes forever.
Right. And I see Steve just mentioned about the different shades of blue. So it's been very warm and the lake is very cold, which, as we talked about last week with those pictures of divers, makes for very, very clear lake conditions. It's looked like the Caribbean. It is stunning. Now, because we have a stormy day upon us, it's probably going to get churned up a little bit, I would suspect.
So you know what? I'm glad that you brought up the diver, because I actually had a conversation with her after we talked about it on the show last week. Yeah, Teek and I spent a couple of hours just like looking through her portfolio and just geeking out over all of the underwater photos, right? And so she had messaged me to say like thanks for the mention and all of that. And then she told me that on one ship she dived on, they like in the hull or the storage area is all of the wheat that it was transporting 150 years ago when it sank, and it's still golden. She said she couldn't believe it. It looked like it just sank that day.
Seriously.
Isn't that crazy?
Sitting in a pile? Like, how did it not float away?
So apparently, I did ask one of the guys that too, because some of the pictures you'll see bowls just stacked up. It seems like things are undisturbed. And
Yeah.
because it's inside, there's not really a lot of airflow or water flow, airflow. Though, the water's not really moving around.
Yeah.
And because the water's not really moving around, the zebra mussels don't want to be in there. And, I don't know, it boggles my mind, but.
That is amazing. I mean, I know water is a great preserver, but wow.
Yeah. Apparently because this is cold and fresh.
Yes. How cool you got to talk to her. I can't believe that. What a cool connection after.
Oh, I know. Okay, let's see.
Let's see if last week on the show we featured pictures from the Vernon and the Great Christmas Tree Ship, which is the Christmas Tree Ship is right outside of Two Rivers in Lake Michigan, but she's got pictures of ships all up and down the Great Lakes. So go check them out.
Yeah, let's see. Does it? Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Here, if you're looking, this is the photographer's name. And you know what? This is her company's name. And I think if you look it up, Liquid Productions. Oh, I think there should be an S on Productions, Liquid Productions. But if you take a look on Facebook, you can find all of the photos. I don't know if there's a photo of the wheat one. I'll see if she mentioned it in the conversation we had.
Yeah, it's really cool. Very cool. Like, I want to know, like, how does she get a job like this? How do you start diving in the Great Lakes? Like, so it's so cool. Amazing pictures. And again, very cool to remember. It's right here, right in our neighborhood.
And it's dangerous too. I noticed in one of the posts they were talking about they have to dive, with knives and things because there are so many different lines and, obstacles in the water that can get tangled on a diver. So you have to be able to free yourself.
Wow.
So it's not without risk.
Yeah, that sounds creepy now.
Hey, talking about ships, I was downtown and I noticed this and I just thought it was kind of cool. Like here you have a World War II military vessel. And then on the far right, you've got this Great Lakes, steamship car ferry. And then you've got like a pleasure craft. And then if you look right by the dock, there's like a jet ski. It's kind of like all of the different ways to enjoy the Great Lakes.
The only thing that's missing, I feel like, is a kayak.
Yes.
You nailed it. That's like everything. You know what's weird?
What?
Let me think about this. It must have been last Wednesday. Doug's brother came into town early ahead of everybody else, and we had a chance to take him down to the wharf for dinner. And it was a stunning night, very similar to Friday night, like just gorgeous. But I feel like we were sitting there and we saw that pontoon go down the river. You didn't happen to be taking pictures on Wednesday, did you?
Was it Wednesday? What night was I taking pictures? No, I think that was Saturday.
Okay.
But there was the cutest dog in this pontoon. A big, fluffy, maybe like a Labradoodle. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So fun. Yeah, we had really good dinner down at the wharf. It has been a while since I've been down there. And we got appetizers, and I had they have a Door County cherry salad. I had that. The guys had burgers. It was really good.
So on Saturday night, I have a picture, but I didn't upload it. Sorry. There is a great shot of party happening at the wharf and the car ferry in the background. I think the car ferry was having like a shoreline cruise. So it was there in port at a time that it's not usually there. So it's just really cool.
Yeah, there was a night cruise with the car ferry. They have a band on and they serve cocktails. I think they have bingo and kids activities and like all the things going on. But they have other dates on their calendar yet. You should go check it out if that's something you want to be interested in. Yeah, so instead of leaving at like 2:00 in the afternoon like it normally does, it stays here in port and they cruise up and down the lakeshore.
That's awesome. Hey, Stephen mentioned that there's also a cargo vessel. And I'm not sure what that, I guess I don't know the run. Yeah. Okay. I need more information.
More.
Stephen, what's obvious to you is not obvious to us. So.
You know something that was really cool? My brother-in-law Greg follows Coolest Coast, like watches the show pretty regularly. He got in on Friday and he was like, there are so many things going on in town this weekend. And I was like, I knew there were bands at good, like the glam band played at the Wharf on Saturday night. Like that is always fun. Even if you don't like 80s music, you cannot go to that show and say that that's not a fun band to see. But Pat Siegel had music. We drove them by the car ferry and the farmers market just to kind of give them the tour of the downtown on the way to Nashotah Beach. It was packed. There were people everywhere. It was like so exciting, so much going on. And I thought, you know what, Craig, you're right. That, like, look at who we are. That's super cool.
It is super cool. It is super cool. So I was downtown on Saturday, and just to hear like the live music from Fat Siegel's street party and to hear what's going on at the wharf, it just makes it seem so alive and exciting. And
yes, so cool.
Yeah. Hey, we had to do a college tour, and we stayed in this hotel, and I have to share a picture of the wallpaper. Just get this wallpaper. And I think it's inspired by Willy Wonka, and the Chocolate Factory. You know, in the movie where they come in and they like
it's
lick?
scratch and sniff, isn't it? Or I think it's scratch and sniff wallpaper.
I don't think this is.
Did you try to scratch it to see if it smelled?
I didn't touch it.
If you scratch the cow, does it smell like a hamburger? And if you scratch the pig, it smells like bacon.
Oh, darn it. I have no idea. I never thought to touch it.
Put that up one more time, because you did send me this picture. I've seen this picture. At first I thought, like, are these things dropping out of it? Like, is this dropping out of the back of the pig and it's like droppings falling down?
I don't know. It kind of looks like it's a Captain Crunch cereal, but I don't know.
It does look like Captain Crunch. It's very, I guess, conversation inspiring.
Jason said he wanted me to write a review that said, "I'm sorry, but the wallpaper, the schnozberries did not taste like schnozberries."
Yes, please do that. Or just go read the reviews to see if somebody else has already written that. I love it.
So,
hey, it inspired conversation, and it made you wonder, is the wallpaper scratch and sniff?
Yeah. Now I have to go back, but it's a long ways away, so I don't think I'll be there.
Willy Wonka is another great classic old movie that sometimes makes you scratch your head, but still fun to watch.
Do you have a preference between the original with Gene Wilder and the remake with Johnny Depp?
Oh man, that's tough. I like them differently. Like, I like each of them for different reasons. Like, Johnny Depp is weird, and I think that makes it good. No, I'll just say no, I don't have a preference. I like both for different reasons.
Hey, Cindy, thanks for asking. No, the college was the University of Iowa in Iowa City. So that hotel's in Iowa City.
Hey, it makes sense that they have cows and pigs on their wallpaper. I think, like, maybe other than going to school there, the other thing that happens there is farming. A lot of it.
Oh, yeah. I have never seen farm fields to such an extent. You know, like, I'm used to farm fields here, right? We live in Wisconsin, but it's like you can tell where the fields end. You see the next farm. In Iowa, literally the corn just went and went and went and went. And I was like, how do they even manage this? How do you know? I don't know. It was kind of mind-boggling.
Yes.
Yes, I'm with Steven on this. I'm a huge Gene Wilder fan.
Yeah. I also think the grandpa in the original is just so cute.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, that's kind of it's the classic.
So I think the reason I suspect that they have this style of wallpaper is Gene Wilder actually graduated from that school.
Well, that is a very fun fact. So they took the best of Willy Wonka and their farming habits, and they put it into one.
I mean, it's no coolest coast, but it was pretty cool.
It's coolest pastures.
So this weekend, we're going down to visit the University of Chicago. Any advice? Anyone, any viewers, anything? I don't know.
Just be safe.
Yeah, that's kind of my concern too.
Be safe in Chicago. That is what I would have to say. I mean, there's incredible things. You could do Lake Michigan in Chicago. You could go shopping in Chicago. There's got to be some epic eateries in Chicago.
Oh my gosh, the food. Yeah, there's food galore, and the museums, like the Science and Industry Museum, and
Yes.
the Shed Aquarium is amazing, and the planetarium.
Yes. So many good options. We're excited. Will you make a college announcement, like a signed on announcement when Tico officially decides what he's going to do?
If he decides, yeah.
It's a hard thing.
Yeah, it is. So he's already going to have two. He's already going to, when he graduates high school, he'll now have his associate's degree. So it's like
Yes.
he's got 2 years of college already under his belt. And in a way, I think it's complicating his decision on what to do. Like, should he just finish his last 2 years before going away?
Mhm.
So he's just probing a lot of questions.
It is a lot to think about. It is. And when his college university experience in year essentially 3, even though it's only year 1, is going to be stepping into classes that are junior and senior level classes on a university campus that he hasn't had that experience with before.
Right.
And that there is an element of that that is complicated.
But I feel like in my heart of hearts, he really should go off and have that experience, have the experience of what it's like to live in a dorm and to just, kind of be
Yes,
away from home for a little bit and experience that whole life at a university.
for sure. I think it's a great experience for kids to go away. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, all right. We have talked the morning away. I think it's getting a little lighter. So I don't know if there's any sign of a rainbow, but do keep your eyes to the skies.
Yeah, if you snag a picture of a rainbow, it's supposed to rain on and off today. If you snag a picture of a rainbow, send it to Coolest Coast. We'll feature it on the show next week.
Yeah. Any awesome pictures you have that you want to share, send it to Coolest Coast via a DM and we'll load it up.
Sounds good. You guys have a great day.
It's been so awesome talking with you, Kristin. So great to talk with everyone. Take care.